Welcome to Carillon Explorations, where we uncover the hidden treasures and backstories of the world of carillons, huge musical instruments made up of a series of tuned bells played from a special keyboard with batons and foot pedals.
Today we're visiting Mechelen, a city in Flanders, Belgium that rose to fame as a hotspot for carillon music. We'll climb up the 319-foot tower of the historic St. Rumbold's Cathedral at the heart of the city and have a peek behind the scenes to watch a carillonneur in action. And we'll find out how Mechelen became a capital of carillons. You can listen from many parts of the city to the live musicians who play the carillon at St. Rumbold's throughout the week. We're listening to Eddie Marion, the city carillonneur, play the weekly Saturday recital from a cabin high up in the tower as shoppers mingle far below in the Grote Markt, the central square. To see where this music is made, we're climbing a tower with 538 steps. Construction on the Tower of St. Rumbold's was started in 1452 and finished in 1520. Or rather, never quite finished as planned, because the original idea was to build a tall spire at the top. The tower and its bells have played an essential role in Mechelen for centuries. In fact, the residents of the city got their nickname after the night of January 27th, 1687, when, according to local tradition, people rushed to save their tower from a raging fire, only to find that it was the moonlight shining through the windows. The people of Mechelen were called manneblussers, or moon extinguishers, ever after. This story isn't just about an optical illusion. It shows you how important the bell tower of St. Rumbold's was to the town, where the bells had civic and religious functions, telling the time and calling people to prayer or to action. One element of this was the clockwork. A cylindrical drum installed in the 18th century still operates today. It works like a giant music box cylinder, with metal pins installed in hand-filed holes signaling which bells will be struck to automatically play tunes that alert listeners to the time. The melodies play 8 times an hour. These clockwork tunes are still played on the bells of the Old Carillon, which developed over the centuries into a set of 49 bells. The oldest of these was cast in 1480, and the newest one was made in 1952. On the keyboard of this instrument, an unlikely star named Jeff de Nijn boosted Mechelen to fame after he took over the position of city carillonneur from his father, who had lost his sight. Jeff had planned to study engineering instead of music, but with his insights into technical issues, he came up with improvements in mechanics that made the bells sound more tuneful. He also developed new playing techniques that dazzled audiences. The series of Monday evening concerts he started in 1892 became so popular that special trains were run from Brussels and Antwerp to bring audience members to Mechelen. This is the historic playing cabin of the Old Carillon. Here, tourists can see some of the memorabilia from those times, along with the keyboard from which the old bells were played. The room appears frozen in time, but the story of carillons in St. Rumbold's Tower goes on. We're headed farther up now, above the Old Carillon and past the clock room, because after the Old Carillon sound became more dissonant with use and the ravages of time, the local council decided to install an all-new carillon, also with 49 bells, in 1981. The new carillon may have less of a quirky personality than the old one, but its matching set of bells is tuned more precisely with technology available in the modern era, making it suitable for a wide range of music, from classical masterworks to current compositions to arrangements of pop songs. This is where tourist access to the instrument usually ends. Standing next to the largest bells of the New Carillon, you can even listen at close quarters while someone is playing it. But our trip takes us up to another chamber, where we'll get an exclusive look inside the playing cabin of the New Carillon. We're watching Annie Gao, a musician from the United States, play Franz Schubert's Ave Maria on the New Carillon. Annie is enrolled at another institution that helped make Mechelen a Carillon capital, the Royal Carillon School, which Jeff Denine established to continue his legacy and pass down accumulated knowledge about bells and carillon music. The school is now over 100 years old and attracts students from around the world. Let's take in the view from the top of this tower before visiting one other bell site in town, a 50-bell Chamber Carolon belonging to the Royal Carillon School. With its much smaller bells, the Chamber Carolon, or Kammerbeheerd, is a ground-based little sister of the tower instruments we've seen. It's small enough to be transported to other locations for concerts, some of which involve other instruments. If you're passing through Sint-Mettentuin, St. Martin's Garden, where the Chamber Carolon is housed in its own pavilion, you may see carillon students playing this instrument, and if you take a bell tour, you might get a special demonstration. This ground-based installation offers the rare opportunity to see the inner workings of a carillon while also getting to watch the carillonneur play it. Here's Royal Carillon School student Blai Siurana Yaperi from Spain playing a selection from an original carillon composition, the first part of Geert de Hollander's 4 Miniatures. The city of Mechelen continues to play a key role in preserving carillon culture in the Low Countries of Europe, where it first arose. And with each generation of carillonneurs, the art of carillon playing advances further with fresh ideas and innovative approaches. You'll find additional information about carillons in Mechelen and opportunities for following the city's heavy metal route of carillon-related sites in the video description. We'll hear more stories from the carillon world and see new places in future explorations. Hit the like button and subscribe to join us on our journey inside the dynamic world of carillons and the characters who make them sing out with music. And be sure to share your comments and questions. Till later.